Welcome to greencardguys.tv. You need to know this. Do not give up on your legal status. Many people fail to respond to RFE or file an application before the deadline. This is why we offer a strategy session for 15 minutes at no cost to you. Not everyone qualifies. First, you need to speak with our CARES team. We receive many requests, so we recommend you answer a few questions on our website, greencardguys.com. Our mission is to help people live and work in America legally. Go ahead and subscribe below and follow and share. Talk to you soon. What's going on YouTube and TikTok? We're here live at 12:30 Central Time. I'm here to answer your questions, point you in the right direction, share some insights about what's going on, anything related to immigration inbound to America. Okay, so if you're looking to report, call in ICE to your ex-Pookie Bear, this is not the channel, okay? This is not the show for that. I think you can probably figure that on your own. But if you have a question, you're welcome to drop it in the comment section or your chat box, and I will certainly try my best to answer it. But I can go ahead and tell you now, it's literally impossible to answer every single question. So please be patient. If you do want to join live, okay? If you want to join live, you're welcome to. If you want to join live, depends on the platform. You want to join live on TikTok, that's actually easier. That's down below. It says guest somewhere down here. If you want to join live on YouTube, okay, folks, you can email in. Well, let me see. I think you can email in to our email. Let me share the email, and they'll send you the link over there. Oh, I thought I could share it. Okay, let me create a new one then. Oh, where is it? Okay, right here. So okay, there's the banner. All right. There we go. There we go. A lot easier there. So if you have any questions, again, you're welcome to drop it down in the chat box down below. Let's see. All right, let's see your question. Okay, so here, one of the things here, I see a couple coming in here. If you have a situation, like, first of all, I know that many of y'all have filed on your own. Totally cool. Maybe you have your own attorney already. No worries. I'm here to just share more information if possible to help you out and point you in the right direction. But look, if you have an attorney or you have a consultant, notario, notary, whatever it is, and they are not responsive to you, okay? I think we're a pretty freaking responsive team, despite what some clients still think is not as responsive. But anyways, we try our best to reply to emails within 24 hours. There are, of course, sometimes that we don't get it back to you in 24 hours, but many of y'all have had a session with us and said, look, your attorney has not talked to you in like did not call you back or schedule a meeting in like 2 weeks, sometime even 30 days. Look, when you get a request for evidence, when you receive a notice of intent deny, when you receive a denial letter, time is of the essence. So we understand that. Even with our team, and of course with clients, we prioritize. We have to reprioritize. Of course, no client likes to hear that their case is not like at the forefront of the next thing on our desk, right? I get that, but certain things need to be reprioritized. So, especially like deadlines for court or like those that I mentioned. So if you already have a time delay from your own attorney, like you need to just ask them to schedule, like if there's a way to schedule a meeting. Don't wait around for the phone call to come back. That ends up taking a lot of time, which is why with us at Green Card Guys, we share the link to schedule down below in the email. We make it very easy. Okay. All right, let's get to your questions here. And so, yeah, I mentioned all that because on TikTok, X Chen mentioned about being denied, and now you have an NTA. Okay, so we got a real life, real time scenario here. X Chen, did you just get that recently? If we're able to join as a guest on the live, you're welcome to do that. I would love to get more information so we can share with others how recent your case was denied and how recent you got that NTA. Okay. Because back at Trump 1.0, people who got denied their, let's say, application with USCIS, it took about like 30 days. Seemed like 30 days on average to get receive that letter from the court saying notice to appear in court. But usually the actual court date could be like a few months later. It's not necessarily that same month. Okay. So that's why on this channel, like even if you're, let's say you're in Seattle, Washington, and we just don't have the capacity to even travel out there, no worries. You're still welcome to contact us in case you can't find a lawyer in your area that has time for your hearing. Well, we're happy to. We have a pretty large network of immigration attorneys that we work with, so we're happy to help you out. Hope you all doing well. TGAF, happy Friday. All right. Easter on TikTok asked, You've got a question. Your green card was stolen." Oh, man. Just 4 months after you got it. Okay. So you will have to apply in that situation the I-90 form, and you should be able to do it online. Some forms that are available online, which, by the way, is limited. Um, some forms still don't allow you to apply depending on the reason, but might want to check that out. Okay. Easter. But even then, the processing times for I-90 can take a while. It's not, unfortunately, it's not a like a rubber stamp situation. But let me see if I can pull that up. As I'm doing that, typing in, let's see if there's any other questions here. Okay, I see on YouTube there's a question. Hey, Lucas, good to see you. You're joining military to help your dad with his green card. Unfortunately, your mom has perm bar. Okay, sorry to hear that about your mom. Thank you for your future service. I know that's a difficult decision, of course, to join military. I'm sure it was. But yeah, let's talk about that before you fully join, or maybe you already did. Let's talk about that, okay, Lucas? Make sure you do all the correct steps and forms. Well, assuming you need help with it. Okay, now look at the USCIS processing time. Let me share my screen, at least for those on YouTube, so y'all have an idea of what I'm doing here, because y'all could do the same thing. Okay. It's been a minute since YouTube, so I'm glad to be back. Banners, let me hide that one. Okay. So I'm on the USCIS case processing times. You just scroll down here, you select the form for I-90, then you got the form category, issuance or renewal or replacement. And you select the service center. For this one, there's only one service center, Potomac Service Center, and I'm going to click on the processing times. Okay, so it's for Easter. And oh, snap. So right now it shows 25.5 months. Let me see if I can share. Can I share that here? Can you see that? Maybe it's backwards, but okay. I tried. Okay. I wish the technology was easy that I can share my screen on TikTok too at the same time. But anyways, all right, there we go. And then so yeah, you would think it should be a quick thing, but unfortunately, it says 25.5 months for 80% of cases. But hey, if it turns out to be shorter time frame for you, please keep me updated. I'd always like to know real time processing. But I can tell you that what I just showed you online and behind me on TikTok here, this is more accurate than your online account where you actually have to log in to USCIS. If because a lot of people, like 100%, okay, maybe just let me say 99.9% of y'all have said like, oh, your case status online in your actual account says expected decision in 3 weeks. And 3 weeks roll by and you're like, what the hell happened? I thought that was accurate. No, it's not accurate. Come on, think about it. If even if you have some experience with the different government agencies, county level, city level, and especially the federal government, everything with the government is hella slow. Okay. So don't expect that somehow the U.S. government, especially USCIS, somehow has some magical tool to be to produce these accurate timelines. That's just not realistic. I wish that was the case. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Eastern. Now I see your other comment. You already did apply. Why? I don't understand. Why would your college need proof that you live here permanently? Because yeah, that's a little strange. Why would your college need to know you have legal status? Like again, if they see it one time, that should be sufficient. Unless it's like for work purposes or something. Okay, Anna G, you got good afternoon. How long should a FOIA request take? You've been waiting for 4 years. 4 years for FOIA? Then you might want to submit a new one. 4 years for answers? Maybe you no FOIA. So FOIA. Okay, maybe I misread your question. A FOIA shouldn't take 4 years or even a year, but unless it's State Department, Department of State usually takes much longer. Could be up to a year. But with USCIS, now, if you're asking for your entire file for some odd reason, even though you provide your name, your date of birth, it could take a long time, maybe 6 months, for example. But if you are specific, and these are just best practices that we've been told by USCIS, if you ask for something specific, which you can on the form, then you're more likely to get that document or documents sooner than asking for the entire file, which is still mind boggling, but that's what they said. Okay. So, for example, if you're looking for a previously filed or previously issued receipt notice or approval notice from USCIS, you can mention approval notice or whatever type of notice, but also mention 797C because any notice like that, regardless of what type of notice, it's always 797C, the form number. Okay. Ian, your question about any fiance visa update, that's too broad of a question. Are you asking specifically about yourself or if you are, then I definitely need to know more details. But you're probably asking because fiance visa takes a hell of a long time. Look, if you have the opportunity to get married and go where your fiance lives, your Pookie Bear or someone, thanks Ernest for the hat. Really appreciate that and the mustache. Um, then I would go ahead and get married. Now, keep in mind, some of you might not know this, but Utah County, Utah State allows virtual marriages. Now, I know some attorneys say, like, mention to you what it says on the USCS policy manual that does say that to have a marital union, you need to consummate the marriage. I've now look, I've never had USCIS, fortunately, knock on wood, ask for proof of consummating marriage, but I just think that is back in the times because I know I'm sure there's people that get married who have not consummated the marriage. Maybe, I don't know, for medical reasons. But yeah. And I mention that because I know that sometimes people can't travel to see each other, just not able to do it, maybe because of work, maybe because of finances, whatever it may be. Let's see here. But yeah, we still had cases approved with people getting married remotely with Utah County's rules. Okay, so again, if you want to join live, you're welcome to do that down below. um, Down below for those on TikTok. If you want to join live and you're on YouTube, you can email in, request the link because it is different. Let's see. TB Brenda, yeah, join the show. You got something to share with us? Share your situation. Mark Santo, what's this about? This is about immigration, helping people secure their legal status to live and work in America legally. Thank you for asking. Let's see here. The Independence, my condolences. I saw your message. You have to schedule a meeting um, so we can verify. I see Mellows April. Okay, let me swipe over this way. Favored, we're in Houston, Texas. A physical office in Houston. I do want to comment about Mellow Sammy's comment here. This person says, "Yeah, just come into any country legally, please." Okay, that is kind of, I mean, obvious to some extent that and people do want to enter America legally. It's just that the system is pretty jacked up. Okay, it's not conducive to someone to get legal status. Not saying it has to be done like if one person files yesterday to get approved in 1 week. It's not that quick. I'm not sure if any government is like that, but if you're not familiar with these cases, because makes sense because you don't do this every day. I do. My team does, and my colleagues. These cases take a hell of a long time. It could take on average 1 year plus for some people, even though they're married to a U.S. citizen, which means that there's unlimited number of visas for people who are married to U.S. citizen. It still could take, and especially the person outside America, it could take 2 to 3 years on average. And some of y'all, maybe not the majority, but some of y'all have been waiting even longer than that. Okay, so it's not quite that simple. Just coming to the country legally. However, we do have a webinar. I think it's down below the link for YouTube or up here on the Green Card Guys right here. That if you do want to learn more ways you can come here legally, as I mentioned, help you enter America legally, you do want to take advantage of it because I had heard of people that pay lots of money, okay, lots of money to come to America illegally, and they still get effed up, man. Oh, yeah. They either get caught or it's just something about possible human trafficking. Like there's ways to get legal status the legal way, as long as you're a little bit patient with the processing times. And I'll tell you right now, I have a video about that on the channels here, but I'll just tell you straight answer. L Visa, okay? It does take some entrepreneurship though. Okay. Hey, there's all these social media platforms, y'all can figure it out, but how to start a business. But at least in America, well, I'm sorry, whether it's in America or in your country of nationality, you can start a business to where you can get legal status in America. Now, L Visa, you don't actually have to start the business. You could be working for a company outside America for at least 1 year and then transfer over. Now, keep in mind, this is not for green card. This is the stepping stone to come to America. All right. So, stepping stone is what we call non immigrant visa, NIV. Okay. It's only a temporary work visa. Now, we have clients who are the actual entrepreneur, the biz owner, but also clients where the company hires us and we help out their employee. Now it cannot just be any type position. So if you're interested in that though, join the webinar about that. I think the topic is just the drop down menu is work visa, and we share info. Try to have a webinar every 2 weeks. So stay tuned when you get the email. Okay, sounds good, Lucas. Wish you the best. Talk to you soon. All right, let's see here. Um, Steph, is it true that they're detaining people at interviews? I'm sure that there are people being detained, unfortunately. Does it happen in every case? No, it doesn't happen in every case or every person. But there are concerns every time we believe there could be a concern about in general. Not that anyone has done anything wrong, but we would certainly mention it because I have heard from other attorneys, for example, like the Dallas field office, that ICE vehicles have been at the Dallas field office, but have I, my own eyes, seen someone get picked up? I haven't, so it's hard for me to confirm that. But I'm sure there are some scenarios that is happening. So that's another good reason to have an attorney to be able to reasonably predict if it could happen. So at least you're aware of the situation. So but even but yeah, you're supposed to have due process. I know we all know the Trump administration, they don't give a f about due process. They're trying to chip away at all costs. Even Chief Justice Roberts does not like what's going on, and apparently he spoke up yesterday. So, which is pretty rare for that to happen. So, let's see here. Lucas, yes, we do help with T visa. Ray on TikTok, your 45 says that your interview is complete, but you never did it. Will it still be called in? Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly possible. Just expect any case, even if you filed your application when it was President Biden, expect your case. Doesn't matter what type of case, even if you filed for your parent, expect there to be an interview. Okay? Expect it to happen. So if you don't know what the hell you're doing, you might as well contact an attorney sooner than later, because by the time you receive an interview notice, I don't want to say it's too late, but you rather just be proactive, okay? Up here on TikTok, at least I put take action, so I put that there for a reason, because a lot of y'all are hella slow. You gotta get your act together. I'm serious. You gotta get your act together, and I really appreciate that you're taking time on the channel here, staying tuned to ask your question. But even when you get the, I gotta slow my roll. Even when you get the information from me or maybe another attorney, put it on your effing calendar. Even last night, every live show, there's always that one person that has been eligible to become a citizen or eligible to apply for something else, green card, residency, and they haven't done it for like 10 years. And it blows my mind. I'm so mind boggled. Okay. So if I literally tell you put on your calendar, you should probably do it. Okay. That's free advice. I can tell you, but I do have to say on the live show, this is information purposes only, for entertainment purposes only. Okay, I got to protect my license, but you take it for what you will. But still, if you want legal advice for your specific situation, it's not just me. Any attorney will tell you you need to schedule a meeting with a licensed attorney. Okay, I hope I got my point out there on that one. Let's see. Thank you for the taps. If you're on YouTube, please go ahead and click the like button if you found this helpful to some extent, and also on TikTok, you just keep tapping. Really appreciate that. And look, I really appreciate the roses or the little gifts here on TikTok, but you know what? If you want to go and save your money, you can use that. I mean, I don't know what it costs you, but if it's during the live show, you want to schedule a meeting, if you're interested in our services, to meet with one of our client care specialists, okay, you get it for this cost, less than a cup of coffee. Start at your local coffee shop, okay? So check it out. Thank you so much for the shares. If you want to join live as a guest, I greatly appreciate it that you share the show, because TikTok does not do a good job of letting me know who was first. Okay. V1 Aviation, you're wondering why F2 is faster or slower than F1. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't make sense. But F1, just because it's number one, it doesn't necessarily mean it's supposed to be faster. There's a whole lot of things that in play here, factors. It could be that maybe not as many people apply for a certain category. So I wouldn't say that like it's a bad thing per se. I mean, the perception is that it's bad because it's slower than what you want, right? But they're all hella slow. Let's see. Loyal on YouTube. Hello. How long does it take to get a response to after biometrics for I-360 standalone application? Could be 3 years, 2 to 3 years. And why would they only take a picture without fingerprint? Oh, that is interesting. They usually do the fingerprints. So, yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard of that situation. Okay. Okay, Teresa Cormier on TikTok. You got an I-94, but expired. But you got married to a citizen. Congratulations to you. Can you apply for I-130 and 45 adjust status? Yes, you can, as far as I can see, unless you have a specific situation. Other facts that I don't know, but you're welcome to go ahead and schedule a meeting up there or click on LINK. All right. Hope you all doing well. I have 1 minute. I have a couple minutes, then I gotta join another team meeting. Sorry. Sometimes my live show during the day has to be shorter because I have team meetings and meet clients. Hilda Rosales, can you take your sponsor's 2023 taxes to your consular visa on April 7th if he doesn't have the 24 yet? Yeah, you can, but you might want to. I do still recommend to bring pay stubs of last few months, at least the last 3 months of your sponsor's taxes. Not taxes, but the W-2 pay stubs, for the last 3 months. Okay, in terms of finances. All right, but that's kind of close. April 7th, and right now it's March 21st. I mean, it's understandable if like you file an extension, but it's kind of close for most people. April, the tax day is April 15th, is it? Let's see. Okay, sorry. I try my best to go in order, at least on TikTok and YouTube, but it does get a little challenging. I don't know why on TikTok y'all have this feeling that you need to copy and paste questions, but y'all on YouTube don't do that, so it's interesting. Um, but when people copy paste questions, it's hard for me to go in order because I see the same question over again. Okay, Candy, your thing's pinned here. Candy coded. Can you get a green card if your spouse wants divorce? It's possible, but that's if there's some kind of abuse. Okay, physical or emotional slash verbal abuse. It is possible. That's called VAWA, VAWA. So if you have a question about that, you're welcome to schedule a session with us or join a webinar when we have it. But that might take a little longer. All right. Let's see. And it doesn't necessarily require a person, whoever's going to apply for VAWA, does not necessarily require you to call police to get a police report, but of course it certainly would be helpful. And if you're filing for divorce, that you do at least try on your petition for divorce. In some states, you might call it like a complaint, basically the first legal document that kicks off the divorce case, that it does allege family violence, if that's true, obviously. So let's see. All right, Steph. You're asking what happens after I-130 is approved? What's the next step? Assuming the immigrant, the beneficiary is outside America, then the next step after I-130 approval is that the sponsor will receive an email within about 2 to 4 weeks after approval from the National Visa Center. It's basically like their welcome email, introduction email, with two new numbers. One is the NVC case number. So you can think of it as like a new ID number to move forward to the next step. And along with that, below that is an invoice ID number. So essentially, you need both to be able to pay the next set of fees and also just get into the system, the government portal. Okay. All right. If you haven't done this already, please go ahead and follow on your respective channel and click the bell on your respective channel so you get the notification when I go live next time. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I might go live tonight. I will try my best. Okay. It's going to be difficult. We got an event tonight. So thank you so much. And I'll see you sometime soon. Peace.